among many qualified people, I'm the best qualified person for this job. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you.
Why attack Sanders?
Why, you're getting nervous, man. A man who will be the next president of the United States, Barack America. My grandpa was named Ambrose Finnegan. At the kitchen table I learned. I used to say, Joey, nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anybody else. Maybe it's the Scranton in me. I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives, when you think about it. And you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together here, man. Let's run, let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take the nice pizza. My physical as well as my mental fitness. And I want to see these beautiful young ladies, I want to see them dancing when they're 4 years older, too. I'm looking forward to this, man. You walk behind me in a debate. Come here, man. We can't rebuild our economy and meet this climate crisis, exacerbating the need for environmental justice. Sorry, as a bug. Speaking of the environment. We need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries. Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical.
Vice President and the future President of the United States, Joe Biden.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right. There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on.
I'll tell you what, if I had the time. There's things that are worth dealing with China tough on. That makes it far more durable, reliable, and powerful. And partnerships built on coercion. Because if you could take care, if you were a quartermaster, you can sure in hell take care of running a department store thing, where in the second floor of the ladies' department or whatever. You know what I mean? That's why I want to talk today about what we're going to do to try to ease the burden on families right now. On Friday. What must be what? What must be what? What must be what? What must be what?
Why should people want to make a change, though?
Well, that's up to them to decide.
Why should they?
It's for them to decide.
Well, make your case.
I'm not going. And what makes his wild claims and hopes, he now hopes we don't notice what he said or won't remember. And when he does follow through or doesn't do, would follow through, the exact opposite. 1.2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened? The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that, in fact, believes in free in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact, that's when things begin to change. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does.
Senator, I mean, no, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal.
And I had a nurse nurses at Walter Reed Hospital who would bend down and whisper in my ear. Wow. And go home and get me pillows. They would make sure they'd actually, probably nothing ever taught in, you can't do it in the COVID time, but they'd actually breathe in my nostrils to make me move, to get me moving. And here's what I won't do. I'm not cutting the size of the checks. They're going to be $1,400, period. That's what the American people were promised. So you don't make somebody else sick.
I want to
sick. What's with this guy? Well, the only thing we can do about it is be prepared. We have, but you know, in the 2020 census, which is now 2 censuses ago, soon to be, a whole group of lawyers who are going out to every voter registration physician in the states, the secretaries of state, making sure that they, in fact, have a game plan as to how they're going to allow the voting to take place. Estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. Unnecessarily, now we have over 120 million dead from COVID. 1787, the United States Constitution. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It's a joke. You know where we were. Anyway. And welcome to the nation's Constitution Center. I had the great privilege of being the guest leader of this outfit for a year. It's an appropriate place to make the speech I'm about to make. Great job. God, love it. How are you? Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. But the truth is, she's the strongest person I know. She's a backbone like a ramrod. That's the kind of first lady this Jill Biden will be. God love you. They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man. My grandpa was named Ambrose Finnegan. At his kitchen table, I learned. I used to say, Joey, nobody's better than you, but you're no better than anybody else. Maybe it's the Scranton in me. I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is. He is who he is. You know, remember when he went on, he decided he was going to convince Bob Woodward what a smart guy he was. So he went on, yeah, smart guy. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Folks, true international effort to pressure, isolate, and punish China. Donald Trump thinks health care. Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys. I gotta admit, this is all within our power. is all within our power. It wasn't. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. You don't have to cut those teachers and firefighters, police officers, and cut critical health care programs, or stop work on roads and bridges. So what does the human cost of lack of state on roads and bridges? So what does the human cost? True international effort to pressure. Barack and I think it's a right for people to have bad health care.
And when they cut to the President of the United States.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, he's going to find ourselves in a position where. My name's Joe Biden. I'm Jill Biden's husband, and I am Kamala's running mate. You all think I'm kidding, don't you? Folks, 5 grandchildren who range in age from 27 to 14. Or no, that's not true. 6. That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my tenure as vice president. I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it, and what a neat town. But in the 2020 census, which is now 2 censuses ago, soon to be. Hello, everyone. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor. Social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very poor school, or a very poor background, will hear 4 million words fewer spoken by the time they get there. I'm also the only guy that got assault weapons banned, and the number of clips in a gun banned. Lonnie knows I believe this every fiber of my being. We're posed. What I propose is it can be done. Critical laws like the PRO Act to strengthen collective bargaining. On politics like prevailing and look. I guess I'm taking too much time, but 4 more years of Donald Trump will go down as an aberration. Hard to overcome the damage he's done, but we can overcome it. 8 more years of Donald Trump will change America in a fundamental way. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. I would see to it immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. To make sure everyone's included on the deal. You want to nominate a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a proud Democrat, an Biden-Obama Democrat. Join us. You get a tax break for a racehorse. Why in God's name couldn't we provide an $8,000 tax credit for everybody who has child care costs? It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. Do you really feel safer under Donald Trump? COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, It's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it.
Some kind of a federal mandate on masks?
You can't make a federal mandate, but I would insist that, in fact, there would be masks. I'd lay out a plan, a detailed plan, which I have laid out in detail.
Wouldn't you use your federal leverage to mandate that, though?
Yes.
And would you?
Yes, I would, from an executive standpoint. Yes, I would.
So you would, in effect, mandate the wearing of masks?
I would do everything on my possible to make it required that people had to wear masks.